Iron Man has proved to be a formidable opponent. You may attribute it to his genius intellect and unlimited bank account, but we think it's something else. He's hiding something under that armor, and it isn't a slick suit. That's why CBR is here to help unlock the secrets of Iron Man's superpowers. We know you love CBR's videos and getting free stuff. Why not combine the two by subscribing to CBR on YouTube? All the videos you enjoy will get delivered to your inbox totally free every day.
Binarily augmented retroframing, or BARF. God, I gotta work on that acronym.
Holographic projections. You ever wake up in the morning and say to yourself, I wish I had a clone to take care of all the things I don't want to do today. Imagine a world where you can be in 3 places at once. You'd be the most productive person on the planet. You can make your duplicates do all the things you don't want to do. Tony Stark decided to harness this dream and turn it into an additional superpower. Picture not one Tony Stark, but several Starks taking care of business. We know that there are other Avengers who are jealous of this ability. This is one of Iron Man's powers that we'd love to see more of in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His ability to project hologram decoys in the battlefield.
Plus $611 million for my little therapeutic experiment.
While the MCU has shown characters using phones and SHIELD computers utilizing holograms, we've not seen an on-screen replica of what may be Iron Man's most underrated power. Iron Man's used his suit's ability to project holograms in the past by projecting a copy of himself out of the armor. This fooled enemies and baited them into attacking him. He's also projected multiple Iron Men to fool weapons and attacking forces, as well as chameleon-type blending capabilities that essentially make him invisible to everyone.
One more giant diamond of this size, and my freezing engine will be complete.
Freezing beam. When you picture Iron Man poised to do battle, what do you imagine? We picture the iconic Iron Man stance with his arm reaching out straight in front of him. His palm is open wide and you see the repulsor ready to blast one right at you. When you see Iron Man poised like this, you know you need to run away as fast as you can. What if Tony got tired of shooting at you with his hands? Or say something happened to his hands or arms and he can't use it. Did you know his chest piece is also capable of being used as a weapon? We rarely get to see the chest weapon used, so you may not have known. Among the most interesting capabilities is his ability to generate a beam of Ultra Freon, which would immediately freeze an opposing enemy. This would stop the opponent immediately in his tracks. While the opponent would not be frozen forever, it buys Tony enough time to make his next move. The freeze ability is also able to counter in situations that a repulsor shot may be of no effect. Thanks to his genius intellect and the other powers he's accumulated since he became Iron Man, he can keep bringing new abilities to the table to surprise enemies and delight fans.
Let's kick some ice.
For those of you who love ad-free viewing and free things, we're excited to announce the Premium Network. The Premium gets you early access to videos from CBR, The Gamer, Screen Rant, and many other great channels. Thousands of videos in one place with ad-free browsing. How sweet is that? Sign up for free The Premium by clicking the link to start binge-watching videos from your favorite channels.
As always, a great pleasure watching you work.
Tactician. Just because you're smart, does that automatically make you good at everything else? We here at CBR do not believe that this is the case. Some of the smartest people you know can also be less than genius in other areas in their lives. Tony Stark is not one of those individuals whose genius is overshadowed by weaknesses in other key areas. As Iron Man, he's a leader of the Avengers. Being a leader means having to come up with plans often on the spot and backup plans for when everything else fails. The ability to predict, plan, and follow through makes Iron Man a superior fighter and leader. His tactical skills are of the highest order, perhaps only rivaled by Captain America at times. His genius intellect also extends into ingenuity on the battlefield. He understands actions and reactions, being able to predict with accuracy the moves of his opponents. He's often able to plan several steps in advance to stay ahead in the game. Stark can formulate elaborate plans using numerous individuals and outcomes with ease. Tactical superiority is a component of intellect, but also its own skill. Would you want to go up against Iron Man? He would probably know what you're going to do before you do it.
What?
Superhuman Healing. Tony has evolved with the times and technology. He is far from the weakened alcoholic he was in the beginning of the series.
Hot sake. Yes, two, please.
No, I'm not drinking.
Iron Man has always had a wide array of abilities, we can all agree on that. Some of his abilities are a result of the Iron Man suit, and others come from within. Over the last few decades, these powers have received some serious upgrades to help Tony stay ahead of the superhero pack. One of the most coveted superpowers, regardless of it being a Marvel or DC universe, comes in the form of healing. Think about it. Supers like Captain America, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man are fighting to protect the planet on a near daily basis. Thankfully, Cap can recover quickly thanks to his super serum. However, Tony could only last if the Iron Man suit protected him. That is, until he acquired the ability to heal. Iron Man looked to Wolverine and Deadpool and gained the ability to heal. Taking a page from his suit, which has been developed to patch and repair itself if damaged, Tony Stark is harder to take down than one might think. With the superhuman ability to heal, Stark's body can produce entire new organs if it needs to keep itself alive. Store Iron Man inside Tony Stark. You're a supervillain battling Tony Stark. You have to come up with a plan on how to defeat this genius engineer with insane weapon systems and powers. He even has weapons you can't see because they come flying in out of nowhere when summoned. What do? You think, I'll take his suit away from him. Without the suit, what could Iron Man possibly do? Think again. Iron Man's powers have been upgraded over the years, and the result is a superhero that can never be separated from his costume because it's hiding inside of him. And while Iron Man has had a collection of suits over the years that have all had different capabilities, it's the suit that's a part of Iron Man and Tony Stark that truly makes him a superhero. Tony Stark would create a suit that meshed with his mind and body. This armor was called the Bleeding Edge Armor Model 38. It was controlled with his thoughts and implanted directly into his nervous system via nanotechnology. Iron Man's suit can be stored inside of his bones, able to be deployed whenever the situation presents itself.
What is that? You're wearing this in the house now?
This made Tony one of the most powerful superheroes in the world.
DC, 250 miles.
From Iron Man to Iron Car. Have the Transformers crossed over into the Marvel Universe to join Iron Man on a Fast and Furious mission? What next? Is Vin Diesel going to show up?
No, you won't.
Are we seeing things? Rest assured, you are not seeing things. That is a car in the air painted in Iron Man gold and red. You may be saying to yourself, this car armor doesn't seem practical. If Iron Man could fly, why would he ever need a car to fly away? Isn't flying away faster than driving? The transformation into the car does serve a few practical capabilities. If flying malfunctions, then Tony can drive away. If he needs to blend in with a crowd, he can use the car. The Iron Man armor Model 52 can be used as a normal sports car, but can also turn into the Iron Man suit with the help of repulsor turbines on the undercarriage. It can also be a flying car that carries non-flying superheroes to a destination. Tony can't carry everyone with him. It also serves as a kind of holding cell. Now that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Hi, dummy. How did you get that cap on your head? You earned it.
Communication systems. One of the keys to being a superhero is being a step ahead of your enemy. You need to know how to foil their evil plot by anticipating their moves. You also need to gather more information than your opponent because knowledge, as we know, is power. How do you do that? You need to constantly be looking and listening. Let's be real. Iron Man is an icon. His high-profile status creates a target on his back. That means Iron Man consistently needs to be steps ahead of a lot of different enemies all at once. In the Iron Man comic book series, shortly after the Disassembled storyline, Tony Stark became more aware of this need. He started to use the Bleeding Edge armor, which we briefly touch upon in this list. He can wirelessly connect to telecommunication devices across the globe. Due to the Technopath bond, on command, Tony is able to talk to and listen to machines such as phones, satellites, and computer systems. This power is just another under-the-radar power that makes life as Iron Man a lot easier.
Am I balling it?
Response time. When you think of a fast superhero, who comes to mind? Maybe Nightcrawler because he can bamf all over the map within seconds? What about Quicksilver and his mutant ability of superhuman speed? He can run faster than the speed of sound. Does Iron Man come to mind? Well, he should. When Iron Man got the Extremis armor, his suit's operating system was hardwired right into his body's nervous system. As a result, he gained the ability of speed. Iron Man's response time is instantaneous thanks to advanced technologies. Unlike a normal human who has to think about something and then send the signal to their limbs, Stark simultaneously thinks and moves. His reaction time is cut down to next to nothing. What would you do if your synapses fire and it's immediately carried out by your body? All those shaved seconds adds up to save time throughout the day. Those seconds can also mean the difference between life or death for you. Iron Man's ability matches up with powers like Spider-Man's Spider Sense or the skills Cap got from the Super Soldier Serum, and thus it puts him on a level playing field with the more traditional superheroes that everyone knows about. What do you think?
I have successfully privatized world peace.
Too smart for his own good. Tony Stark graduated from MIT at the age of 17. When most teenagers were busy hanging out with their friends or getting into trouble, Tony was busy engineering machinery to save the world. When you think Marvel Universe geniuses, you probably go straight for Reed Richards, Hank Pym, and Bruce Banner. Tony Stark probably doesn't rank up there very high because you think of him as the sarcastic guy who built the Iron Man suit. You don't think of him as an inventor, a scientist, or a great mind of his time. Sorry to burst your bubble, but Tony Stark is a certifiable super genius. One of Tony's, and thus Iron Man's, greatest strengths is his super intelligence. It's easy to forget that Iron Man isn't just a high-tech killing machine. When you look at him, you see a piece of very expensive machinery that can do some awesome things.
I don't know of anyone in the history of any superhero franchise who seems to have never run out of money.
You aren't even thinking about the fact that Tony had to design and build that suit. It all came from his mind. If not for him being a genius, he might never have made it this far to begin with. Sure, money would have gotten him some of the way, but it's his ability to conceive and follow through that got him where he is today.
What are you doing?
Avoiding detection. Let's be realistic about this superpower. Being able to avoid radars or sensitive detection software is not the most exciting superpower. It isn't as iconic as Captain America's shield or make a cool sound like Wolverine's claws. When you're a practically indestructible weapon, not many people are going to pay attention to the tiny things that make your powers useful. Let's be clear, being able to avoid detection is an immensely important ability. It's just that it gets overlooked all too often. After all, people can see Iron Man's suit, his rockets, and beams. Those things are exciting. People on the ground looking at him flying overhead can't recognize the radar avoidance taking place. When you're flying into hostile territory or trying to take out any number of various Earth-destroying threats with the Avengers, you're generally not going to want to draw attention to yourself. When one of the Avengers comes smashing into your backyard, that person will notice. That is not true of Iron Man. Having devised a genius cloaking system to avoid radar and other detection methods in his suit, Iron Man essentially has invisibility on his side, right up until he coolly lets out a sarcastic insult at his opponent and gives his location away. Good job, Tony. Seems like Tony Stark may have a few tricks up his billion-dollar sleeve. He probably won't be too happy that we let them out today. What other powers do you think Tony Stark is hiding? Which is the most powerful? Let us know in the comments below. While you're here, don't forget to check out our playlist for more awesome videos. If you enjoyed our video, please like and share with all your friends. And finally, thanks for watching.